So in the last video, we filtered 200 posts and 10 users into our database. Let's take a little look at that again in our Prisma Studio. Do I have the Prisma Studio? I do. Okay. Five. Cool. So our 200 posts and our users. And what do posts have? They have published, views, published and views. So let's talk about filtering. We have so many filters in Prisma. We're only going to cover a couple of them. So let's start with one called GT, which is just greater than. And what we're going to do is we're going to filter posts based on the views. So we'll call it const popular posts is equal to await prisma.post.find many where what? Where the views. I could put a number in, but that's not going to be helpful. Open up another pair of brackets and we get our filters. Where what? Equals GT, GTE in. So we're going to use GT, which stands for greater than 500. So give me all the posts that are greater than 500. And then instead of, we're not going to print them all, we'll just say number of posts with more than 500 views will be popular post dot length. So let's see how much posts are greater than 500. There were 61. This is very confusing. Yeah, there's 61 posts that have greater than 500 views out of the 200. Cool. And if you want to see the post, of course, just log this directly. This will show you all the posts with ID, title, content, published, views, and user ID. Let's talk about another filter. Let's do starts with, which of course is just starts with, and let's filter posts based on title. Let me look at my post real quick. Let's look at the titles. So I'm not seeing that many start with a D. So let's see how many posts are with the letter D. Const post starts with const post equal to wait prisma dot post dot find many where the title starts with D, capital D. Depending on your database, capitalization might matter. For SQLite, I believe it does not matter, but just for consistency, I'm going to use a capital D. But lowercase d should work for SQLite, I believe. So console.log number of posts that start with D. That's going to be post.length. Let's check it out. There were 13 posts that start with the letter D. Let's see if that's actually true. That's a countable number, right? So let's do, we can filter in our studio too, right? Filter, add new filter, where title starts with D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that works out. Very cool. Very cool. So let's talk about filtering with like relationships, right? So we have this relationship in users and posts. Can we find something interesting there? So how about let's filter posts for users that have, I don't know why you would do this, but maybe for analytics, right? That had email ending with, let me look at my data. What do users' emails end with? Yahoo, Hotmail, Yahoo. We'll do Hotmail with hotmail.com. So const user post is equal to await prisma dot post dot find many where the user's email ends with hotmail.com. So number of posts by users with Hotmail email should be user post dot length. So how many posts are made with users who end in Hotmail email? 60. Okay, let's see. How many do we have? Each has 20, right? So this is 20, 40, 60. Perfect. That makes sense to me. 3 users, each have 20 posts, 60 posts. Okay, let's do another one. Let's filter the users based on published posts. So const users with published posts is equal to wait prisma.user.findMany. So let's find all the users where their posts. Okay, so this gets a little bit more complicated. So let's find all users who need help. You know, they need views on some of their posts. They're lacking. So we want to use the keyword some. Some means at least one. So let's find all the users whose posts have some, at least one, have posts at least one that is published and the views are less than 100. So does anyone have a post that's published and has less than 100 views? Let's see. Number of users with published posts. Users with published posts. .length. Let's check it out. There might be nobody. 6. There are 6 users who have a post who has a published post less than 600. Let's find out who these 6 users are. So we want to go to post, filters, and we want to see a couple things. We want to see where published is true and where the views are less than 100. Publish equals true. Will this work? There you go. These are the it's showing multiple because some might have multiple users, as we can see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 users. Let's make it a little bit more narrower. Let's do 50 views. Who's really struggling? 5 users. Okay, that's still not a lot. Let's do 25 views. 1. Let's find this one user who needs lots of help with their advertising. True. Here we go. User number 4. Unfortunately, they have 2 posts that just have 15 and 10 views. Who is that? That's Arjun67 at juwan96yahoo.com. Yeah. So we have one user who has some published posts who could really use some boosting. He should probably subscribe to the premium sharing platform. Cool. And see how his nesting goes. Like you can really like get creative with it. Instead of some, we also have every and none, right? So every something about all the posts, and none is about where none of the posts, right? And some is like kind of in the middle, at least one. So, and let's talk about the last thing here, the and, the logical operator. So and is kind of like two things. const post is equal to await prisma dot post dot find many. We want to find, we kind of just did this, right? So where and is an array of filters. The filters we've just been doing, but it's an array of them. So one filter could be, I don't know, where published is true. And another one could be a user whose email ends with gmail.com. Does anybody, before I make a fool of myself? Clear all, close user. Any Gmail users? We have one Gmail user. So I'm gonna switch to Yahoo because there's a couple more of them. But we can do more, not just two, right? Let's do also where the views is greater than or 800. Greater than or equal to. GTE is greater than or equal to instead of greater than. And let's make it even more complicated or more complex. And let's select specific fields. The title, true, the views, true, the published, true, user, select, email. I just want the email of the user, true. Spelling, okay. So let's log this. Number of posts that meet the criteria. Post.length. And we can even log the posts. Let's do it. We have 1, 2. We have a lot. Okay, let's increase the view count to 850 to make it less on the screen. 1, 2. Okay, that's fine. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 posts that meet the criteria that have what? That are published, have a user ending in yahoo.com, and whose views are greater than or equal to 850. And this is just very specific data that you might need for your application. And it's filtered and it's efficient because you're only selecting the fields you need. So these were filtering.